Welcome to Natural Power, the place of unlocking the power within you. Let's get started with sex. Sex is a terrible, terrible thing. Now, you might be wondering why. Because you understand, it got to be a balance to life. Sex is an amazing thing. It's an amazing. But what makes it terrible? Well, I'm going to tell you. Let's get started with Adam and Eve from out of the Bible, right? We all know that Adam belonged to Eve and Eve belonged to Adam, right? But in my reality, I live in a world where there's tons of Adams and Eves. Like every person that you see outside belongs to somebody spiritually. They spiritually belong to somebody. And you got to understand what sex is. Sex is like a natural power. It's something natural. It's like natural magic. It's natural. Something natural that you're supposed to share with the person God made for you. Right? I'm gonna tell you why it's bad. Let's use this as an example. It's either a man or a woman. Doesn't matter. Let's say a man or a woman slept with 17 different people, right? And their Adam or Eve is still a virgin. It don't matter how you look at it, man or woman, that person that slept with 17 different people is no longer pure. No longer pure. Especially if it's a woman. It's just changed. It just changed dramatically. And you might be wondering, like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but you're still not getting there. Like, why is sex really bad? Because, like, when you start getting into sex, you start getting into sex magic. Because it doesn't matter how you look at sex, it's always magic. When you have sex, it's magic. It's a spark. It's love. It's magic in itself. And the reason why it's bad is because people don't understand or don't remember or don't care about the laws of life. They don't study it. They don't understand the importance of it yet. But when you find out the importance, you wouldn't want nobody to touch your man or your woman. You don't want nobody to remember that. You wouldn't want that. Like, that would damage you spiritually. Damage you spiritually. Now, I made a video called Life After Death, right? And I was talking about the tree of life and the reincarnation system. In my world, you can be reincarnated. And you have an Adam and Eve. Both of y'all can be reincarnated. You don't want no other Adam or Eve to interfere with your relationship. It will put your spirituality in turmoil. It will damage you mentally, physically. It's like when by the time you start realizing that sex is an actual form of magic, and when you start studying your natural powers and the laws of life, you will see how sex with random individuals can impact your life negatively. Because you're not supposed to be sharing that magic with them. That is something special that you're supposed to share with the person that you're supposed to love or the person that was made for you. And now we're just out here just giving it out randomly to random people. Like, this is what humanity came to. This is just what it is now. Sex is a terrible, terrible thing. But by the time you realize, you're going to see that sex is the main reason why the world is messed up. It's really over sex. It's over sex, literally. You will be surprised how many wars was over sex. And what I mean about sex, I mean over women and kids. Because that's what sex really leads to. You're going to have sex, you're going to have kids. You're going to do it with a woman. It's all about women and kids. It's all about sex. You'll, like, so much feuds and so much wars over this planet was always about sex. It was always over women and kids. Like recently in Israel, Israel is fighting because they killed women and kids. And now they can't stop fighting because they killed women and kids. There's so many wars that starts over women and kids, that start over sex, that you just really are unaware of. Like, sex is one thing that's damaging our reality. Yeah, it might feel good. It might feel like the right thing to do, but it's really a terrible, terrible thing. Because 9 out of 10, the person that you're having sex with, you don't belong with spiritually. You're wasting your time. Go look at all these dating shows. They will show you're wasting your time. Woman this, woman that. It's like we live in a world where like cheating is the number one thing. Cause you gotta understand, like the way that I see this world, it's like I understand why people cheat. Y'all don't belong together. We living in a fantasy world. It's a fantasy world. So why not cheat? Y'all don't belong together spiritually. You're not her Adam, and you're not his Eve. So I might as well just cheat on each other. That's what I believe. That's why people cheat. Cause y'all don't belong together, and y'all both know y'all don't. Y'all will never work. Y'all will never match. But y'all only together because y'all live in this fantasy. It's just a fantasy, and that's the point. It's a fantasy, and they want their fantasy to be more, so they would cheat. Sex is a terrible, terrible thing. It's a terrible thing, and it's a terrible thing to waste. Find the person that was made for you. Find that person. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is wrapping up. Find the person that's made for you.